pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Did everyone get the minutes from the last meeting? Okay. Is there any corrections or additions?
Not that I saw, no.
I can have a
I'll make a
motion
motion to
to accept them
as
as
written.
written.
Second?
Okay. Any? And
Okay, now motion.
all in favor of the minutes accepting? Say aye.
Aye.
Aye, okay.
Make sure we're all mic'd up. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, whatever, yeah, that mic there. Okay,
I have nothing to say.
okay, Chris, you want to start the update on
Yeah, sure, we can
the
do
federal
it.
channel or whatever?
Yeah, we'll just start with the fall update with just what we've collected so far right now.
Okay,
A quick rundown. Town moorings.
mooring, town, mooring,
Yep.
town,
That would $2,800.
so that's up from last time.
That's up from last time. Yeah, we're
Is
chasing.
everybody paid up now?
We're still chasing one or two,
Okay.
but we're going to this
One.
coming season.
To
Uh,
chasing,
this coming season, we're going to pay before you play, because usually it was just, come on in and pay whatever. And now it's just the boat didn't
Yeah,
get
you-
water, didn't get to whatever, and so you want the more
pay by a
for it.
certain date.
If you don't put it in, then that's on you. So anyway, nothing like being a nice guy.
Okay.
Fishing last, So the state boat ramp right now, we're at $11,245, and that's on par for last year for what we've collected. I think 2020 was the biggest year where I think we hit something like 17,000 or something, but I think everybody was COVID crazy on that.
Well, it's going to pretty slow down now.
It's gonna. We still.
I mean,
yeah, the weekend warriors.
somewhat,
ones.
Yeah,
There's a bunch of boats down there today.
Yeah. It's a beautiful day on the water.
it was nice, yeah.
The dock and slips right now, we're at $116,583. And that's on par with what we've collected last year. I think we're probably about a couple $1,000s shy, but we still have non-compliance letters that have gone out.
So there's still payments.
There's still payments coming through. We collect payments up until Christmas for the people. And the private moorings that we've collected so far is $4,680. So we're looking at a combined total of $135,308 so far.
Okay,
Also, in the fall update that we can talk about, we've removed the east and west branch channel markers today. So they have the hard winter balls on them. And we're just kind of keeping on schedule with the time that we remove them. Not so many barnacles, but a lot of fuzzy sponge, to the point where some of them I could barely break the rail with the thing. I had to push the
Oh.
channel marker all the way down, have the buoyancy come back up with me, and like bear hug it into the boat.
And the little single-sided shellfish, it's to stick to them.
There's some in the West Branch, yeah. East Branch, not so much.
Is that right?
Yeah, those are more West Branch, East Branch. We did have, up around Hicksbridge, we do have the barnacles and things like that. But yeah, it was more of a fuzzy time, so.
It's a
fuzzy,
kind of a new one.
spongy, orangey
Yeah.
stuff, yeah.
But, so we've scraped all of those. They're behind the Harbor Master office right now. Thank you to the Highway Department, because we then bring them to the Highway Department to power wash
Okay,
them.
okay, so,
We used to do that.
I'm just gonna say stored at the
Yeah,
highway.
we used to do it at Richie's house. I thought about doing it at my house, but I have a hand dug well that I'm very careful with. I can't be just running the power washer silly. So, yeah, the highway department helped us out with that one. Other than that, the Hicksbridge floats are probably gonna come out sometime next week or the week after that. We kept them in for the Dharma Rowing Club. They've hauled their boats, I believe, this past weekend. They're gone. We did have some, well, the remnants of Nicole, so it kind of,
So I'll say out by December 1st.
yeah, I hope so. Yeah, we usually keep them in until it really starts icing up. If we got ice sooner, we would pull them out, but it's sort of an as needed. If we can help out the Dharma Rowing Club, we do, and everybody
Did
else.
they ever find a place to put their boats over there?
I don't know.
They get thrown out of the basketball court at the diocese.
No, I don't know. I just, yeah, in the water, never out of the water, but yeah, we're happy to help them. And we did put up they put some new handrails on the floats themselves to help get people in and out of the boats. We are working with the Landing Commission too, thinking about trying to get some Seaport grant money to redo floats there at some point in time, but it's still in the very early preliminary stages there.
Okay.
But other than that, that's pretty much the fall update. Things are as usual. All the boats are business as usual. The boats are all running good, and we are also going to finish the pump outs either this week or next week and call it a season. And that was on par pretty much for what we did last year. Probably about 8,700 gallons, somewhere in there. I think last year we did 9,000, so we're pretty much on point with that whole thing. And then we'll be putting into the CVA for reimbursements for man hours, costs to run the boats and these kinds of things. Looking into the future, we're probably going to need a new outboard for the pump out boat, just because the one that's on there is got to be 10 years old. And we might have to put something in for town meeting to allocate some money, and then the CVA reimbursed 75% of that outboard. But it's always nice to have a good running boat, especially when you're number one in the business of number two, or whatever they say it is. I don't know. You don't want to be rowing that boat out wherever.
Okay.
Yeah, so other than that, we can talk about the discussion of the federal channel and what's going on there. On October 21st, the Bristol Aids to Navigation, which is the Coast Guard station in Bristol that does all of the federal channel markers in the Westport River, came and moved the channel away from Spindle Rock Boat Club, and we have found good water, and we were asking them to please come and mark it with the help of Congressman Bill Keating, Paul Schmid, and Senator Rodericks. We were able to kind of sound the alarm to get the Army Corps to come, well, the Army Corps also, but to get Bristol Aids to Navigation to come and mark the good water. I don't know if anybody at this table has heard of anybody running aground in this new western channel.
There's a load for, there was a 45-foot sailboat that came in
Mm-hmm.
at low tide, and there, just as you turn north from 12,
Yep,
somewhere in there,
There's a hump.
There's a
there.
hump.
There's a hump, yeah.
on the entry,
But
yeah.
other than that, I don't think anybody.
Yeah, that's what it is, yeah. There's just that preliminary hump, and whether that's ledge or whether that's sand, we don't really know.
I don't know.
It goes from like 8 feet to like 5 or less than 5, right
Most of
around
the
there.
channel is good water, even at low tide.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except, well, it's a lot better than what we had. Ultimately, right now, it's up for the Army Corps to make a decision to say that they want to keep the channel where it is and maybe relieve that section and see what's there, or pull out the stops and spend a lot of money to basically shovel sand uphill, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I mean,
Do you, I don't recall, since everybody was using the Spindle Rock channel last year, Was that channel, I mean, didn't there used to be an island somewhere near that channel that came up at low tide?
Along the edge near Spindle Rock.
Or what I'm
Yeah,
driving-
there was something, there was an edge that did come up.
No, but on the east side, there was kind of an edge.
Yes.
What I'm driving at is, do you think it'll be, that channel will be there next year?
I
I
think,
don't know, you go by, you can see the buoys on ebb tide,
Buoys.
they're buried,
yeah.
so there's a good flow. Now, who knows,
We'll
after
see.
a few storms.
I guess what I'm driving at is, you gotta put somebody on alert.
Oh, absolutely.
In the event that we need help next summer.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, we've marked the good water at the end of the season. Now we have all winter for it to do whatever it wants to do.
And keep an eye on it.
But we need somebody to keep an eye on it. I mean, the way that we've been going, nobody's raising their hand to spend multi-millions of dollars to fix it. But we at least have a good working relationship with the Bristol 8th Navigation, where they will come and move things around as needed.
Okay,
And that's
good.
about the best. That's about the best we can do. The chief right now, Jeff Nardello, he has been fantastic. He showed up, and in a day, he made it all happen. It would have been nice to have happened in May, but you know, what are you gonna do?
That would have been too easy.
Yeah.
So when they move those, are there online charts where they get updated, or?
There's
Yeah.
a notice to mariners. that's
It's
out
in the
there.
notice to mariners, if you do a search, you'll find it, and then you gotta roll down and it just gives the exact location of where the markers are. I plotted them, but
Yeah,
I didn't bring the information.
yeah. Well, I mean,
Because they're probably gonna move
It's
them
a-
in the spring.
it's a wait and see. Yeah, we're just gonna cross our fingers, and hopefully the old channel north of Spindle Rock is then turned into not much, and it's gonna drive the deeper water and deeper water, hopefully, to keep kind of cutting it out.
That, the chief is Arbello,
Nardello,
Nar,
Nardello, or something close to that.
okay, I just wanna, I'll put it in the notes.
So we're just, at this point in time, it's wait and see. I mean, we have the good water, or better water than what we
It's
had.
better than a foot and a half.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. So, do we want to talk any more about that? Or
No, we're good.
we'll just
Any question
yeah,
on that?
hurry up and hang out, wait and see. But really, we need to I need to get in contact with the Army Corps and Bristol 8th Navigation to see if they plan to dredge the old channel, because were questions of, well, where can moorings go in where the old channel used to be? I mean, and as far as I'm concerned, the old channel that is no longer functioning is still the federal channel. Whether they want to revive it or not,
Are they
that's
gonna
their call.
maintain the old channel, or are they gonna? Yeah.
That's their call, and so that's questions that we need answered moving
That's
forward.
really shoveling, but I mean, the water's gonna go where it wants to go.
I mean, there's the cutting edge and the building edge, and once you get into the beach at Spindle Rock, I mean, it's not really coming back, and it is cyclical. I mean, not that I'm an expert or a hydrologist or anything like that, but you have a cutting edge and a building edge, and of any kind of deep water river, oxbow or section of a bend, and where the channel is now, people are saying that's where it was in the 50s. I don't know if any of you guys have any clarity on that. I don't know. You sailed your Beetle Cat through there at some point in time. I don't know. From the yacht club.
Yeah, anybody who remembers that probably has a bad memory.
That's yeah, by this point, yeah, right.
Dementia,
But that's,
a little bit of
Dementia,
dementia.
but so that's what some people say. I mean, whether that sticks or not, I don't know. But we're just gonna let this one rip, I guess, and we'll see what happens. So the next thing on the agenda is a rate increase for a waterway user fee, a private mooring, and then possibly a town mooring rental fee increase.
Okay, yeah, we covered the waterway user fee
Yep.
in last meeting. A motion was proposed, and to go from 450 to 5,
Yep.
and private mooring from 15 to 25. We tabled it
Yep.
because we wanted to find out and do it in one motion
Yep.
for the I think we're talking about, state boat ramp, which is now 5 and 45.
Yep. The state,
And,
yep,
and then the town
the
moorings.
town moorings, yeah. So the state boat ramp, I looked into that and talked to the state boat ramp, we'll just call him the head representative of all the boat ramps.
Okay,
What they were looking for was a cost analysis of how much it costs to run the state boat ramp, for staffing it, for the lighting that we have to pay for, because we pay electric bills for that, and any other costs that we would have to come up with. And then it would go to them to then decide whether or not it was justifiable. So I don't think that's something that we could do here, that's something that the state has to look into.
so it's something you gotta say, this was my cost, and electricity's going up.
It's basically, this is what we make per year, and this is the cost, and we need to justify it. So we gotta jump through some hoops for that. I've driven around to other state boat ramp areas, and a lot of them were still $5. So, that's something that I don't think that we could do here this evening. But it's something that is going to be looked into to see if we could bump it from, 5 to 7. I mean, 10 seems really reasonable to park a truck and trailer all day.
Yeah,
Access the water, if you look at what it
I
just
mean,
costs
look
to
at
go
the
to
fee
the
at the
state.
state.
Go to the state beach for a day,
Yeah.
like, really. But they are offering bathrooms and lifeguards and all that other stuff, but we have a bathroom that's sometimes clean.
Yeah, and
So,
beautiful scenery.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, just to recap what we're looking to increase here and why we're going to increase it. The budget that I am submitting for FY24 is $125,274 to run the Harbor Master Department, having the help that we have in the summertime to cover all the costs and maintenance, and also to have the Harbor Master Department staffed 24/7, 365 response. And I think you're getting a lot for $125,000.
Doesn't sound like much.
Doesn't sound like much, no. Well, that's how we operate, because we try to, well, no, we do operate a level funded budget. We're not asking to put $80,000 in the bank so we can get new Harbor Master tiaras or something. I don't know, like whatever we're gonna get. But so we've had a level funded. We haven't raised that rate in 3-4 years, something like that. So I think it's time right now. So with a budget of $125,000, and then the indirect costs last year to run the Harbor Master Department was $55,000. So we're gonna say that's like more than a quarter of the overall cost is indirect cost, which is super inflated because, I mean, I'm not the master of how indirect costs are tabulated, but ultimately I put together a payroll, I put together bills. I know that every department needs a piece of the pie, but it just seems super inflated for some reason. So if you,
It just said 55,000.
55,
Clerical,
it's basically to pay
mailing.
the,
Police
mailings,
protection,
In town, what?
to have the services from, let's just say, the accounting office, the treasury, the town clerk, like everybody gets a percentage of money to operate that we need to pay. And so-
because we are an enterprise.
What?
Because we operate from an enterprise. Eh,
So I can't subtract 55 from 124.
It'd be nice.
75,000 roughly.
Yeah,
So from the boats and the salaries
Yeah,
and everything?
yeah.
Yeah. So that's,
Are you
yeah,
serious?
yeah. In today's world, what a bargain. We make magic happen.
Well, in today's world, I mean,
You could make 75,000 working from home.
we're not working.
Or not working from home, whatever you want to do.
You said something about town mooring
Yep.
fee increase, you want to,
It would basically go from $400 to $500. We just
Okay.
bounce it.
okay.
we have 9 town moorings. We try to rent out 8 of them to have 1 free mooring in case a mooring breaks and we have to put a paying customer on it, or something happens and we need to put a boat on it. Talking out loud, the town moorings are a pain in the butt. They're super expensive to maintain, and they don't generate that much money. And it's tough for us to charge prices of the going rate because we don't offer parking. We don't offer a place to keep your boat, to get to your boat. So most of the people that are on the town moorings live somewhere close to the point,
Yeah. I
which is
mean-
nice, you know, which
Yeah, I
is
mean,
nice.
you're talking, it's probably like a third or a half, depending on the size of the boat,
Yeah.
what the going rate is, yeah.
So, I mean, we would be looking at an $800 increase for the town moorings to go up.
Total.
Total. To go up another $100 per mooring.
Okay, so you're going from 4 to 5, okay.
Yep.
So-
But let me just move back. So 125,000 plus the 55,000. We're looking at 180,000 to run this department.
Oh, okay.
So we're looking
They
at.
don't subtract the 55 from the 120.
I mean, it would be nice
No.
if you could subtract the 55 from
No,
there.
I was just gonna say, I
I
mean, I
mean-
don't know what you're doing for gas, but whatever you were paying last year, it's more this year.
Oh yeah, and that's yeah.
I think level funding,
Yeah. So we're looking at
you
roughly.
gotta think about that.
Oh well, I mean, you can only squeeze the turkey so hard. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, but if you don't, you're the turkey.
Well, there's the punchline. Yeah, that's it. And that's why we're here trying to increase the rates, because if we don't, we're going negative, and we don't want to go negative. We want to keep
I mean,
doing.
I'm sure chips, but even wholesale it goes up.
Oh yeah, it's so it's basically we need 180,000 to run the department. With the waterway user fee increase to the $5, we would be making an extra, let's just say $13,000 for that jump. For the private moorings, we're looking at 3,120, and then plus the 800. So we're looking somewhere roughly of a $17,000 overall increase for.
So you did 135 this year, and you're gonna do another 17, maybe more than that. So it'd be over 150, but you're still way short of your 180, right?
This year, there's other things that are also combined in there, which is the wharfage, the Hicksbridge fees. But yeah, we're a little shy this year, probably somewhere close to like $10,000 shy.
Yeah.
So this is time. It's time to do that because we don't have a ton in the retained earnings, and with COVID and the whole thing, and a lot of this stuff is static because maybe the price of gas went up and people don't want to use their boats. Maybe we're going into a recession and people don't have money for boats. So you can say, yeah, that's what we're going to make next year, but it's a static thing.
Absolutely.
You're cutting the static pie,
I mean,
as they say.
All right,
moving thing.
A dynamic thing.
The other thing to keep in mind, I think, in terms of your expenses, is we're not done with this inflation business.
Oh no.
It's here, and it's here for a long time.
Yeah. I mean, there's something that can also be said with the enterprise fund that is unlike any of the other departments in town that are on the general fund, is that the money that isn't spent in there, it rolls over.
Yeah.
So I don't have to drain or want to drain my account to zero balance for my $125,000 budget. If I can hold on to an extra $8,000 at the end of it, that's great. And so that's something that can also offset us looking like we need more money.
I thought in the past, Richie was able to do that so that he could buy new motors.
A lot of the new motors and boats and things come from the municipal waterways fund, which is.
But he did have extra money to buy.
He did have extra money, but that came from municipal waterways. As for the budget, it was level funded. but the municipal waterways is the excise tax, or half of the excise
We
tax.
get half of it.
Half of it goes into the general fund, half of it goes into municipal waterways. It's roughly
Okay.
$22,000 a year
Fine.
that gets put into an account for a rainy day. It is building back up
You know, if we
again.
gotta batch something like during a dredge project or whatever.
Yep.
you know.
Yeah, it can be used for something like that, the moorings, law enforcement, these kinds of things.
Okay.
Right now, Ed had a motion last meeting, he opened it, waterways increase proposal from $4.50 to $5 and private moorings from 15 to 25. You want to amend it to go up? Do you want to amend your motion or you want to make?
I think that's what we're looking at here, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you want to add for the town mooring?
Yeah,
An
might as well put
additional
that in there.
100?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So,
So the motion would read that the increase the waterway user fee with the current rate of $4.50 to $5, and the private mooring fee for all private moorings from 15 to 25, and the town mooring fee increase from 400 each year per mooring to 500.
How much is the private mooring?
Private mooring,
From-
15 to 25.
15 to 25. That,
When's the last time we raised that, and 25 is nothing?
Well, we haven't hit the ceiling yet, so in keeping our level fundedness, we have room to grow.
yeah, I mean,
I
we
mean,
got.
that's- Yeah, it's
It's
nice
just
to have
a-
room to grow. You hit
It's
the
just a
ceiling,
permit to
then
put the mooring in.
I
That's what it
understand,
is.
but
It's still,
it's something that's gonna be revised. I mean, the last time that we changed a mooring fee was for a commercial mooring fee, and they're now $60 a mooring. I
yeah.
mean, we're not,
I'd say 30 isn't too much.
yeah. Well, I mean, we can do that next year. I mean, when we can evaluate, and if
I
we're still
mean-
level funded, and we'll just,
We gotta stay level funded, so, you know. So, the motion, as I just stated, waterway user fee to $5, private mooring fee to $25, and town mooring fee to $500. Did I hear a second?
Second.
Well,
No,
you
yeah,
you made the motion.
I did.
Sure, second.
Milt is second. Ed is the motion. Milt is second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
All right,
Aye.
Oppose? Okay, it carries unanimous. Now, you want me to send a letter to the selectmen, correct? That's
it's been a
you-
while.
That's usually, yeah, it's been three years.
Yeah. If you would write a letter and then I would write a letter,
I'll write a letter, I'll send it to you.
yep,
And then you can, the form, basically a form letter. We made a motion, blah, 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 and you can add to it and then we'll send it,
sure.
okay?
Yeah, no, that sounds great. Yeah, I can add my comments to it.
Because
I
we're
don't
gonna
think-
have to go before them at some point, I would think.
Yeah, we
Okay.
would get on the agenda and
Okay.
move that forward.
Okay.
But I don't, we're not being unreasonable right now. We're just trying to keep maintenance costs
Yeah, it's just,
and keep level. Yeah.
just to break even,
That's all we're looking to do. We're just looking to break even.
okay. Any other business? Okay, seeing, can I get a motion to adjourn?
motion to adjourn.
Okay. All in favor of adjourning?
Aye.
All right.
Aye.
I would, not for discussion, just a request that if we set meetings, if you want meetings, if you can post a meeting as, the last two meetings I missed.
Okay,
You know, you set them up within 2 weeks and I had stuff that I couldn't change, so
okay,
further into the future, then I can put it on the calendar and
okay. So
whatever.
the next meeting,
That's up to him.
do we need to meet in December?
I don't think so.
Okay, so the next meeting would be probably,
I mean, I think if we go run like kind of a quarterly schedule, if that's that rubs anybody the wrong way, we can we can change that, but I think that running maybe a quarterly schedule, and then as needed, if something comes up and we say, oh my God, we gotta,
Like,
Well,
as you said,
I don't know if we'll have to meet prior to the selectmen. I mean, I don't know when they vote for the increases for next year.
it would be as soon as the letter gets together, I can add my 2 cents to it, and then we just send it off to Paula, and it
And
can
then,
get on their
and then
agenda.
you and I can,
And then we'll just go over
Okay.
that on that, so.
so
We
we'll
don't need
say
another meeting.
the next meeting would be in the spring.
Yeah,
Unless
that's fine.
something calls.
Unless something else comes
And
up
I'll-
and
I
then we
can't
say.
plan that far ahead.
Well, no. Let's say March or April, and then if he calls me and says, we're gonna need a meeting,
It's up-
okay,
it's up to
and
you.
I'll post it, try and post it 3 weeks ahead,
Thank you.
okay?